Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 gluten and dairy-free pumpkin recipes. All 3 of these are autumn and fall inspired. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. Now this first recipe is a dairy-free pumpkin spice latte. It makes about 3 servings depending on how much you use for your coffee. To start off, I'm going to use 2 cups of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, 2 tablespoons of canned pumpkin, and you want to make sure it's not pumpkin pie, it's pure pumpkin. I'm going to use just under 3 teaspoons of coconut sugar, and you can use any sweetener of your choice. And I'm going to whisk that together and bring this to a boil. You're going to want to make sure that you continually whisk it because you don't want to burn the milk. Then I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice and a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I then removed it from the heat and I used an immersion blender to whip it up and give it that nice frothy, authentic coffee shop kind of feel. You could put this in a blender as well. It's up to you. Now this did make a few servings and I only needed 1 serving that day, so it worked perfectly fine to put it in the fridge and put some in my coffee the next day as well. Now you can sprinkle a little bit of the pumpkin pie spice on top of the coffee. Just be cautious because a little goes a long way. The second recipe is going to be a slow cooker pumpkin chili. And this chili recipe doesn't have an overbearing pumpkin flavor, so it's not too sweet. I'm going to add a 26-ounce can of tomato sauce, 27-ounce can of diced tomatoes, 2 cans of beans, and you want to make sure that they're drained and rinsed well. I chose black beans, but you could use any kind of beans that you prefer. I'm also going to add a can of green chilies. I am going to add 1 medium red onion diced, 3 bell peppers. I used a red, a yellow, and a green. I am going to add 8 ounces of pumpkin puree, which is just about half of 1 can. The cans are 15 ounces, so it's roughly half. I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And finally, I'm going to add 2 pounds of sausage. I'm using sweet Italian sausage, but you could use spicy. I basically just squeeze the sausage out of its casing. And then when I stir it up, I will break up some of the sausage so it's not in big chunks. You're going to want to put this in the crock pot and turn it to low and let it cook for roughly 6 hours. For a topping, I just scooped up some avocado, but if you're not dairy-free or your kids aren't dairy-free, you could do cheese or sour cream. Another option is to put this over tortilla chips. You could also put it over some spaghetti squash. The third and final recipe is a pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. And to begin, I am going to take 2 eggs and 1 egg white, and I'm going to lightly beat it.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
To a blender, I'm going to add 1 cup of almond butter and 2/3 cups of pumpkin puree. I'm then going to blend it until it is nice and smooth. Once that's complete, I'm going to add the eggs that we already beat into the blender, as well as 1/3 cup of honey. You could also use maple syrup if you choose. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to blend all of that together until it's really smooth. And then I will stir in some dark chocolate chips. I'm going to be using the Simply Delicious because they're very simple. They have 3 ingredients and they don't have the allergens, most of the major allergens that people have. And I did choose the dark chocolate ones. And I'm not really measuring it. I'm just going to eyeball it because they're chocolate chips and you can't go wrong with chocolate chips.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away.
Now I'm just going to line a mini muffin pan. You can use regular size muffins as well for this. I just prefer the mini because they're bite size and I like how they're portioned. I'm just measuring out 1 tablespoon for each muffin liner.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me.
Now I'm just going to put them in a preheated oven for 350 degrees. And I cooked them for between 8 and 10 minutes. If I was using the large ones, it would be 15 to 20. you guys give these recipes a try. I will have a link to the recipes in my description box. And if you're looking for other fall recipes, please check these other videos out.